What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. It's your friendly neighborhood car guy, Brandon the Car Guy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to bring you a 2025 Porsche Panamera 4 walk around. This is Gen G3 for the Panamera, meaning that we're on our third generation of Panamera, and this bad boy got a refresh back in 2024, looking nice. Starting price on the Panamera 4 is about $109,000. This one here is about $135,000 with options. Today I'm going to just kind of talk about some of those options, talk about this beautiful new color here on the Panamera, and much more. Other than that, I also want to thank everyone for tuning in and watching. Please like and subscribe for more content, but let's jump on in to the Porsche Panamera walk around. So like I mentioned, $109,000 and some change starting price. This one's optioned out pretty well with a couple of options. This is the Oak Green Neo Metallic, or Oak Green Metallic Neo, and Neo meaning new. So Oak Green was available on the Macan Electric and a couple other of models. With 2025, they came out with the Oak Green Neo, Neo just meaning new. This is around about a $2,700 color option and some change. Definitely looking beautiful. This does have the 20-inch turbo wheels. They're wrapped in Hankook's Ventus, I believe. Definitely looking quite nice. Up on the front as well, you're gonna have the HD Matrix design headlights, so it gives you those nice, beautiful daytime running lights. Porsche always does a very good job with their daytime running lights. Turn indicators down here in the bottom. This one does have the premium package, which I'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. And you'll notice your adaptive cruise unit right down there. That is part of that premium plus package. Okay. So definitely looking good. With the refresh, they redesigned the headlights a little bit. They kind of opened up the bottom a lot more with more ventilation. I have heard somebody say, and now that they said it, I can't unsee it, that this middle section, this opening here, is very reminiscent of a Nissan GTR, which I thought was an interesting take, but I just thought I'd share that with you guys, and tell me what you think in the comments. So what's underneath the hood here? And it's a 2.9 turbocharged V6, putting out 348 horsepower with 20 more pound-foot of torque at 368. You know, you're gonna get probably on the highway probably around 25, mixed around 18 to 20 in miles per gallon combined. But when you get a Panamera, you're not buying a Panamera for the miles per gallon. You're simply buying it for a couple things. Customizable options. Porsche is one of the most, over 250 different options that you can put on a Porsche. So if you park two Porsches right next to each other, you know, more than likely they're not going to share similar colors or features, things like that. Or maybe they will. There's a low chance though. So that's some couple of highlights on the outside. The side profile of this car is kind of wild. Definitely long, definitely your executive kind of sedan, matched up with like your Mercedes GT S-Class, I guess you can kind of say as well. Let's take a little stroll on over here to the back. So this does give you the exclusive taillights. So the traditional taillight's just your red taillight. This one has the exclusive, which honestly, every time I do a build, I have to do exclusive taillights. I love the clear look. Of course, you'll still have that light bar running across there. The Porsche text very pronounced. Definitely going to know that this is a Porsche here. An option here, you have the Panamera 4 blacked out in high gloss. That is an option, along with the dark bronze. Dark bronze exhaust tip, I always was questionable on the name choice. They don't look very bronze to me. Honestly, when they're dirty, they probably look more bronzy, but it's like a polished chrome, like a dark chrome look. So that definitely looks good from afar. Of course, quad exhaust out the back there. And sorry, this car is a little dusty. Here in New Mexico, around this time of the year, it becomes Dune Part 3. So we literally have to travel through dust storms just to get to work. But another look at that tail end. Almost gives you like a wagon look. Of course, this does come in a wagon variant as well, or at least did. Not in 2025, unfortunately. But I'm a big fan of it. You do have a deployable spoiler, which is right back here. That will go up. It's speed activated if you heavy brake. And you can manually put that up as well. In the GTS, which they did announce, but we have not got any yet, that wing is gonna pop up and then it like splits, which is kind of cool. I've always been a fan of that feature on the Panamera, and specifically on the Panamera GTS. But let's open up the rear hatch here. Beam, you got a little handle there. Opens nice and smooth. You do have the power lift gate, so you can close it from here, lock and close the car, and it is adjustable in height. Of course, we do have the removable privacy cover, so you unhook it there, and then you can slide it on out, easy peasy. Rear space is excellent. Seats drop 60-40, not 40-20-40. Traditional, you know, German cars usually do 40-20-40, but Panamera is just a straight 60-40. You got anchors on the back for those little ones there. 12 volt in the back. This one just has the carpet mats hanging out here because it is an in-stock unit. And let's go underneath here. No spare, so you do have the inflator kit. Okay, so and then some additional storage in there as well, which I'll just throw this bad boy in there, and you'll also notice your 12 volt battery there. Okay, so compressor, all those goodies. Close that on up. Beep. Maybe not. Come on. Ah, there you go. I didn't push it hard enough. All right. So that is the exterior. And also notice you're gonna have the Porsche crest. One little Easter egg about Porsches, and maybe you know this, maybe you don't. With the Porsche crest, the point of the Porsche crest always points at the valve stem. This one's slightly off, or maybe it's just my perspective. No, it's right on. So yeah, whenever you look at a Porsche, if you look at the crest in the center of the wheel, it has to be pointing towards the valve stem. So that is quite nice. Okay, you do got turn indicators on the mirrors as well. Very nicely designed into the car. And then you'll have, for your surround view camera, you'll have one camera on each mirror, a front camera, and a rear camera. You do have a backup camera cleaner. Let me show you where that front camera is. There is your front camera with your adaptive cruise. Okay, so that is the exterior of the Panamera. So what I'm gonna do now, let's go to the back seat first. I'm gonna do something a little different. So entry and drive, you just stick your hand inside the door. If you stick your hand inside the driver's door, it will just unlock the driver's door if you have it set that way. If you do have it set that way, there is a little trick. If you have friends and family with you, walk up to the back door, stick your hand inside the back door on your way to the front door, and it unlocks everyone's door. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this on up. This does have the neodyme trim here in the interior. One of my favorite trims. I love it with the oak green as well. I think it complements each other very, very well. Bose sound system onto the back there. And with this one, this is a 4-seater here. So you will have, let's go ahead and take a seat actually. You will have center storage here. So cup holders, USB Type-C's, fully functional screen for climate control, radio navigation, vents which are electronically controlled, and then here in the center console, just more storage. And you'll notice they even carry the neodyne down into here. If I can get it to focus, there it goes. So that's very, very nice. Seats are really comfortable. Room is quite nice. That's my whole hand there. Seat's pretty far back. I'm sure it can go back even further. My feet do tuck underneath there quite nicely. You will notice vents on the column and another vent there. You got hang hooks here, another one here, another light, and my grab handle. And look at the back of these seats. I mean, so beautiful. I mean, you're gonna be looking at this, you know, thing when you're back here, so it definitely is nice. You will have a sunroof right above my head. Only controlled from the front, not the back. You may be able to turn it on, open it from here, but I'll have to double check that. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much everything. Let's take a little cruise onto the front. It's just my little cheat sheet there. Oh. The clearance is pretty good too. I mean, it's not hard to get in and out of, which is nice. It is soft closed doors as well. All right, well, let's jump into the front seat now to show you a couple quick little hot items, and we'll wrap this bad boy up. So again, that neodyne up there on the front, power folding mirrors, okay? Memory seats, you have 3 positions, also available on the passenger side. This is just gonna have your traditional power seats there. You do have a 14 and 18 way seat adjustment available. You have headlights if you keep it in auto. Sorry, I cannot focus today. There we go. And then they got rid of the rotary dial like they did on the 992.2, and it's just a push button. Let's go ahead and hop in this bad boy. Oh. All right, it's a pretty solid door. Sounding good. All right, you'll notice neodyne, neodyne, neodyne. And then there's a little heated steering wheel button in there, just so you are aware of that. You'll see it turn on and off on your digital display. So digital display, this is the same one that is on the Cayenne and the 992.2 Porsche 911. You can control it with this side of the steering wheel, adjust each circle that you want to do, so you'll have driver assistance, reduced map, extended map, and minimal if you don't want to see everything. Miles per gallon there, as you can tell, 376. I do not recollect the gas tank size, but I can put it on this on the screen for you so you know how big it is. Okay, so you'll notice the drive mode here. You also have park, reverse, neutral, and drive indicator there, and you'll have the auto high beams indicator on the bottom left. Okay, cruise controls in your traditional spot. I'll link a video at the end so you know how to use the cruise control. Okay, this one does have the Sport Chrono. Let me get that to focus in there for you. There we go. So Sport Chrono gives you the drive mode here on the dash. Sport Chrono on the Panamera. Let me check my cheat sheet here. The Sport Chrono package is about $1670 on the Porsche Panamera. It adds Sport Plus, so if I rotate this, I'll see my normal, my Sport, and my Sport Plus. So in this car, not only will it do suspension, steering, engine, and transmission kind of changing the timing of the shifting, and allow your engine to be a little bit more aggressive. It does suspension, and since this is the Panamera, it will increase the height and decrease the height as well. And you'll notice suspension, height. So right now it's lowering it. When you're in Sport Plus, it lowers the car. Based on certain speeds, it will raise the car back up if need be. Okay, so that's everything there on your steering wheel. I love the neodyne. I'm a big fan of it, especially with this exterior color. I just think it looks really, really good. I forgot to mention, this is just the black leather interior. This is about a $3,700 option. Actually, maybe $27,000. I think I got it confused. Let's see. $37,000. So the color was $29,80. The oak green metallic is $29,80, and then the interior was $37,000. And then this does have the options, couple $100 for the Porsche crest on the front. So I have it on this headrest, my headrest behind me, and then I also have it on the back headrest as well. Very, very elegant there. I am cooking, so let me do this. Let me turn on. Very quiet. You can get of course you can get a sport exhaust, which will give you more noise out of the V6 as well. I'm gonna get some AC going in here just so I don't cook. It's starting to warm up. It's been quite cold and windy for us here in New Mexico, and it's starting to get nice for us now. So updated PCM screen, your updated climate controls that have the haptic feedback. This does have heated and ventilated seats, part of your Premium Plus package. The Premium Plus package is what adds a lot of the price on this, because this is about a $135 bill. The Premium Plus package is $7,110. It adds adaptive cruise, heated ventilated seats. What else did it add? Sorry, there's a lot of stuff, so forgive me if I don't remember it all. You get the Bose system, the 4-zone climate. You get the HD Matrix, and then the Porsche InnoDrive with the lane keep, which is your adaptive cruise. Okay, so that's all part of the Premium Plus. You also get ventilated front, heated rear seats as well, as well as a surround view camera. Okay, so speaking of surround view camera, let's go ahead and actually check that out. Ooh, that's your parking assistant. I want to go here, and then actually I'm gonna do a little something different here. I'm gonna assign this to my diamond key. If you ever need to assign this to something, you can just push and hold that, and then it will bring up your options so you can program it to. And I always like to program it to show surroundings. I just think it's the best. So now if I click this button, boom. So there's your 360 camera there. You'll notice right now it's just my front camera because I'm in drive. All these little camera icons I can click and it will take me to that side of my Panamera. So it is quite nice. You got your and you can swipe around the car as well. If I put my blinker on, let's see, yep, it does do my blinker indicator. Very cool. If you flash your headlights, let's flash the headlights, there it goes. Very cool there. You have all your different angles. So that's what you get a part of the Premium Plus package. Let me turn my blinker off now. Sorry, again, this is all dusty. But new PCM here, so updated with color. Really straightforward, easy to use. I won't spend much time going into each one of these. If you would like me to, just let me know down in the comments. I can make another video. Very nice trim here. Your ambient lighting will also run through here. I like the feel of this. I think it looks good with this interior. And then the neodyne, of course, is a very good accent. Maybe a little contradicting to the neodyne. You got the neodyne and then you got the silver down here. So maybe a little contradicting, but still looks quite nice. In the center console, you still have your wireless charging pad, which has a 60-degree fan in there to keep your phone cool. I did want to mention one other thing. Sorry for the dramatic twitch there in the camera. There's no manual vents. A lot of people complained about that in the Taycan, and that you weren't able to sit there and actually do it yourself the old manual way. So to adjust the vents, you actually got to go into climate, and then from climate you have these blue circles here. And you can either set it to soft or strong. Soft is diffuse, strong is focused on your head and neck area, or you can just drag and drop where you want the air to focus, and it will focus on that section. Okay, you can adjust the airflow here, top, middle, or bottom. With the Premium Plus package, or the Premium package, excuse me, you get the ionizer, so the air quality. So this will show you particle matter in the air from inside to outside, if it's very low or if it's bad. Obviously towards the right hand side, that's indicating that it is not so fresh. You can toggle that ionizer on and off right there. Okay, and then auxiliary ventilation, you can set timers, departure times. Let's say you leave work every day at the same time. This will allow you to set those timers, and it will turn on your climate control, not your engine, which is a very nice feature. The next option here is rear. This is where I can adjust my rear seats for my back seat passengers. Okay, so if we don't want them to have to lift a finger, that is your one-stop shop. Navigation is quite nice. You do get live traffic, weather, news, part of your My Porsche for the first year. Very responsive. You do have your Porsche Assistant as well. So if I want to go somewhere, I can simply just ask her. If I hit search for destination, I have categories, I have home and work, and much more. Okay, so if I wanted to go somewhere, I would say, hey Porsche. Hey Porsche. So that's not turned on. So if it's not turned on, I can push this button. Get me directions to the closest Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's in Albuquerque. Would you like to start route guidance?
Yes, please.
What did you say?
Yes, please.
Please repeat your entry.
Number 1.
Starting your route guidance.
There you go. So you'll notice how selective it can be with certain commands. The biggest tip that I can give you is have the command in head, and make sure that you repeat it, or you give it to her without pausing. Okay. You also notice you can stop destination, track destination, the time of arrival, and how far it is, and it gives you turn by turn. If you have it in the map display, you'll see it here. If you have a heads-up display, you'll see it there. This car is not optioned with the heads-up display. One other thing I wanted to show you in radio, you can actually link Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify directly to your car. That would be underneath source row is what I call it here. You have to have a My Porsche synced up to the car or else you won't be able to have this. Basically, you click Apple Music, it'll give you a QR code, you scan it, and then it will allow you to put your Apple library in your car. Okay? I would say that sums up kind of everything in the Panamera. I know this video ran a little bit long, so if you're still here, thank you so much for tuning in. Definitely like, subscribe if you want to see something on the channel, maybe a different Porsche model, maybe a Macan, a Cayman, another 911, an Audi, a Mercedes. If there's a model in mind, let me know. I'm always happy to accommodate. So drop that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers, everybody. Y'all have a great day.